Aloha, good morning. My name is Jason Ishii, Chairperson of the Authority. I'd like to call to order the October 4th, 2023 public hearing of the Hawaii Community Development Authority. And the time is now 9:01.
Thank you, Chair. The Hawaii Community Development Authority is holding today's public hearing both virtually on Zoom and in person. The Zoom link details were included in the public hearing notice. Therefore, members of the public are welcome to join us on Zoom or at the physical meeting site at the American Brewery Building, 547 Queen Street, second floor, boardroom, Honolulu, Hawaii, 96813. The HCDA communication staff is hosting the Zoom portion of this hearing. Once this public hearing begins, everyone will be muted for clearer audio. Board members, if you have any comments or questions, please unmute yourself to speak. It is important that all individuals clearly state their name each time prior to speaking. This is a public, in-person, and virtual public hearing, so to prevent any distractions, if you are attending virtually and you are not a board member, staff member, or HCDA's Attorney General, please turn off your video during the meeting. If you are providing verbal public testimony, your name will be called accordingly. If you are attending in person, when your name is called, please come to the front of the room. And if you're attending virtually, please turn your video on only while providing your testimony. In either case, please state your name and affiliation and proceed with your testimony. If the authority's connection for the remote meeting is lost, the hearing will be recessed until the connection is restored. If the connection cannot be restored within 30 minutes, the hearing will be reconvened tomorrow at 9 a.m. at the same physical location and virtual Zoom link as today's hearing. Thank you. Chair.
Let the record reflect the following Kaka'ako members are present. Vice Chair Higa.
Present.
Member Apo is excused. Member Miranda Johnson.
Present.
Member Anderson.
Present.
Member Hirai is excused. Member Evans.
Present.
Member Sakota.
I'm here.
Chair, we have a quorum.
Individuals from the public who have requested to provide verbal public testimony on a specific agenda item are on standby and will be permitted to provide testimony respectively. Will the counsel for the applicant make their appearance at this time?
Oh, good morning, Chair Ishii, members of the authority, Executive Director Nakamoto, and HCDA staff, Brian Kang and Vanessa Nguyen, appearing on behalf of the applicant Victoria Worthman.
Morning.
Good morning.
Today's decision-making hearing on development permit numbers KAK 23-037 and KAK 23-038 is being held in accordance with Hawaii Revised Statute Section 206 E 5.6 Hawaii Administrative Rules and Chapter 15-219 and the Vested Hawaii Administrative Rules, Chapter 15-22. Application number 1. The applicant is Victoria Ward Limited. The development permit number is KAK 23-037. The application is Block D, Land Block 4, Project 1. The tax map key is 1-2-3-005-006, portion of. Project location is 1200 Ala Moana Boulevard, Honolulu, Hawaii, 96814. Application number 2. The applicant is Victoria Ward Limited, development permit number KAK 23-038, application Block E, Land Block 4, Project 2, tax map key 1-2-3-005, and a portion of parcel 6. Project location is 1200 Ala Moana Boulevard, Honolulu, Hawaii, 96814. The project description for Project 1, Block D. The request before us is for a development permit application dated June 9, 2023, proposing to build a single tower, 242 unit residential mixed use condominium tower referred to as Block D. The proposed Block D consists of a single condominium tower built on a 65-foot high parking and mixed use podium located on an 80,021 square foot lot bounded by a wide street to the north, the site of the future Diamond Head Plaza Park to the west, Ala Moana Boulevard to the south, and the proposed Block E site to the east. On the ground level, the project will include approximately 5,049 square feet of open space and approximately 65,600 square feet of recreational space with amenities. A total of approximately 477 parking stalls will be located in the 65-foot high parking podium. Residential and commercial loading areas and public bicycle parking are proposed as part of the project. The project also includes a 35,278 square foot public park located on the ever side of land block 4 fronting Kamakee Street. Project description for project 2 block E. Development permit application dated June 9, 2023 proposes to build a single tower, 148 unit residential mixed-use condominium referred to as block E. The proposed block E consists of a single condominium tower to be built on a 65-foot high parking and mixed-use podium located on 80,051 square feet lot bounded by Hawaii Street to the north, the proposed block D site to the west, Alamana Boulevard to the south, and the IBM building property to the east. On the ground level, the project will include approximately 709 square feet of open space and approximately 81,077 square feet of recreational space with amenities. A total of approximately 381 parking stalls will be located in the 65-foot high parking podium. Residential and commercial areas and public bicycle parking are proposed as part of the project. The modification request. In conjunction with this development permit, the applicant is also requesting the following modifications from the vested Kakako Mauka area rules, referred to as collectively as the modification request. Number one, modification of the height of the parking and mixed-use podium from 45 feet to 65 feet, and an additional 12 feet for accessory use structures having a total area of less than 15% of the parking mixed-use podium roof area. An additional 18 feet for vent pipes, fans, roof access stairwell, and structures housing rooftop machinery on the mixed-use podium roof. And two, modification of view corridor setback on Alamana Boulevard for a combined total of approximately 80% of the Alamana frontage. Legal notice. A public hearing notice was published in the Honolulu Star Advertiser, Maui News, the Garden Isle, Hawaii Tribune Herald, and West Hawaii Today on Thursday, June 14, 2023. A presentation public hearing. A presentation public hearing for this development permit application was held on July 20th, 2023, and the modification request presentation hearing was held on August 2nd, 2023. Chair.
Let me briefly explain our procedures for today's decision-making hearing. Prior to this hearing, authority members received both the HCDA staff's and the applicant's proposed findings of fact, conclusions of law, and decision in order. First, HCDA staff will present its recommendations, then the applicant will be afforded up to 15 minutes to present their closing arguments and present any additional facts not already included in the respective proposed findings of fact, conclusions of law, and decisions in order. Finally, we will hear testimony from the public before continuing on to decision-making. Only members of the authority and the executive director will be permitted to ask questions of the staff, the applicant, or the individuals providing testimony. I will be acting as the presiding officer for this hearing. Are there any questions to this procedures? If not, we will now begin our proceedings. HCDA's Director of Planning and Development, Ryan Tam, will now present HCDA's staff proposed findings of fact, conclusions of law, and decision in order for Block D and also Block E. Right?
Good morning, Chair Ishii, members of the authority and members of the public. Again, I'll just summarize the proposed findings of fact, conclusion of law, and decision in order. We did make some copy editing changes, no substantive edits, typographical. And I did want to acknowledge our staff work on this. There's Janet, Nikki Lyle, Renee. Again, starting with the findings of facts, page 2, numbers 1 through 20, goes through the procedural history, including agency letters. This for block D. Starting on page 5, items 21 through 35. Discuss a presentation hearing and modification hearings. Starting on page 9, items 36 through 60 go through the reward neighborhood master plan and the vested rules. Starting on page 18, items 61 through 212. This is a project description. Starting on page 50, items number 213 to 218 discuss the cultural and historic preservation. Starting on page 51, items 219 to 221 discuss the shadow, window, and noise studies. Starting on page 52, items 222 to 226 discuss infrastructure and traffic. Starting on page 53, items 227 to 232 discuss the government agency and utility comments. Starting on page 56, items 233 to 269 discuss the modifications. Starting on page 66, items 270 to 308 discuss the compliance with the HRS 206E, the district rules and policies. Starting on page 78, items 309 to 317 discuss the climate resiliency. Again, just to note, the project is located above the base flood elevation. It's in flood zone AE, which is about 9 to 10 feet, with a finished floor at 10.25 feet. The conclusions of law starts on page 81. And then decision and order starts on page 85. Starting on page 86, items 1 through 4 discuss the reserved housing requirements. Page 88, items 5 through 7 discuss parking. Starting on page 88, number 9 discusses sustainability guidelines. Starting on page 89, items 10 through 21 discuss landscaping, sidewalks, pedestrian easements, and pedestrian amenities in the wind study. Starting on page 93, item 22 discusses the Department of Education impact fee. Starting on page 93, items 23 to 24 discuss complete streets and bicycle access. Starting on page 94, items 25 through 26 discuss water consumption and low impact development. Starting on page 94, items 27 through 29 discuss reflective surfaces and coordination with Department of Transportation airports. Starting on page 95, items 30 to 32 discuss transportation. Page 96, item 33 discuss public facilities dedications. Item 34 discuss compliance with agency comments. On page 97, item 35 discuss the noise study and odor considerations. Item 36 discuss state and city permit requirements related to water quality. Starting on page 98, items 37 through 40 discuss required compliance with State Historic Preservation Division, mitigation plans, and Hawaii Revised Statutes, Chapter 6E. Starting on item 41 discusses the summary of project documentation regarding measures to address climate change, sea level rise, and climate resilient development. Starting on page 99, item 42 does include discuss provision of a DC level 3 electric vehicle charger. Item 43 discusses future participation in infrastructure improvement districts. And on page 100, starting items 44 through 46 discuss the compliance with all material representations and commitments. Let's block the or
Should I?
Oh, no.
The questions.
Or
Block B, or you want to go with block?
oh yeah, either way.
Yeah, is there any questions on block D before we go to block E? Lord,
Yes, Chair.
yes, member Evans?
On page 92, item 19, I wanted to ask a question of Brian. Is there, can the lighting plan include fully shielded lights to prevent upward light pollution during nighttime hours? These two blocks are close to the ocean, and fully shielding that upward light pollution would be helpful for seabirds and also for reducing nighttime glare.
I think I think we can discuss it in our coordination with, our views, Victoria Ward. So certainly, staff can take a note of that and review that, when those plans come in.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, member Evans. Any other questions? If not, Ryan, you continue with block E.
Okay, thank you. Again, now turning to block E. Again, starting with the findings of fact. So on page 2, items 1 through 19 is the procedural history, including agency letters. Page 4, items 20 through 35, discuss the presentation hearing and modification hearings. Page 9, items 36 through 60, discuss the Ward Neighborhood Master Plan and best rules. Page 18, items 61 through 211, discuss a project description. Starting on page 50, items 212 to 217, discuss cultural and historic preservation. Page 51, items 218 to 220, discuss shadow, wind, and noise studies. Starting on page 52, items 221 to 225, discuss infrastructure and traffic impacts. Starting on page 53, items 226 to 231, discuss government agency and utility comments. Starting on page 56, items 232 to 268, discuss modifications. Page 66, items 269 to 307, discuss compliance with Hawaii revised statutes. 206E. Starting on page 78, items 308 to 316, discuss climate resiliency. Again, the conclusions of law starts on page 80. And then the decision and order starts on page 85. Starting on page 86, items 1 through 4, again, discuss the reserve housing requirements. Page 87, items 5 through 7, discuss parking and garage access. Page 88, item 9, discuss sustainability guidelines. Page 89, items 10 through 18, discuss landscaping and pedestrian amenities. Page 91, item 19, discuss a Department of Education impact fee. Items 20 to 21, discuss complete streets and bicycle access. Starting on page 92, items 22 to 23, discuss water consumption. Page 93, items 24 to 26, discuss reflective surfaces in coordination with DOT airports. Items 27 to 29, discuss transportation. Starting on page 94, item 30, discuss public facilities dedications. Item 31, discuss compliance with agency comments. Starting on page 95, item 32, discuss the noise study and odor considerations. Item 33, discuss state and city permit requirements related to water quality. Page 96, items 34 through 37, discuss required compliance with a state historic preservation division mitigation plans in chapter 6E. Item 38, discuss summary of project documentation. So this is and I didn't explain this for item Block D, but we added this DNO requirement for the applicant to provide a summary of the project documentation regarding measures to address climate change, sea level rise, and climate resistant development. So they would provide this to the executive director. Just for our files for the review. Again, item starting on page 97, item 39, discuss provision of a DC level 3 electrical vehicle charger. 40, discussion participation in infrastructure improvements, and starting on page 98, items 41 through 43 discusses compliance with all material representations and investor rules.
Members, do you have any questions on the staff's proposed findings of fact, conclusions of law, and decision in order?
Yes, I do, Chase. Chairman, this is Kevin Sakota.
Member Sakota?
Yes, I just want to thank the HCDA staff and, for providing the board with the information with regards to climate change and resiliency. Just to summarize the best or the information that's available from the city, state, and other organizations with regards to climate change and resiliency. So that consolidated information helped in terms of analyzing or just studying the effects of climate change. So I wanted to thank the staff for putting that out.
Thank you, Member Sabota.
Thank you.
And just noting, Member Evans, same comment on the decision order, item 16, page 90.
Yes, thank you very much, Executive Director.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Members, are there any other questions for the staff's proposing of findings of fact, conclusions of law, and decision in order? If none, then we'll proceed with closing arguments. The applicant will now have 15 minutes to make their closing arguments.
Thank you very much, Chair Ishii. Good morning again to everyone. On behalf of the applicant, Victoria Ward Limited, thank you very much for the opportunity, as always, to present our applications for Block D and E. As always, we very much appreciate the substantial time and efforts that go into the consideration of these applications, and we look forward to proceeding with these projects and related improvements for Ward Village. Victoria Ward has no exceptions or objections to the staff proposed decision order for blocks D and E, and we respectfully request that the board adopt the staff proposed decisions and orders for both block D and E as its own decision orders in this proceeding. So again, on behalf of Victoria Ward Limited, thank you very much again for your time and consideration of this application. Thank you.
Thank you. Members, do you have any questions on the applicant's closing arguments? If none, then we'll proceed to public testimony. Prior to the presentation public hearing on July 20, 2023, the HCDA received a total of 30 written testimonies from the public regarding the project, including 27 supporting the project, 1 opposed, and 2 providing comments only. Prior to the modification hearing on August 2nd, 2023, ACDA received a total of 47 written testimonies, including 44 in support and 3 opposed. Following the presentation and modification request public hearings and up until October 3rd, 2023, the deadline to submit testimony, HCDA received a total of 14 written testimonies. This includes 12 in support of Block D and E, 1 opposed. A single testimony was received in support of Block E project only. We will now take verbal public testimony. Speakers will be called upon to testify in the order in which they have signed up. Public testimony will be limited to 3 minutes each. Since each authority member has and will be given a copy of any written testimony that you might have provided, please refrain from reading your written testimony and instead summarize your comments in the time that you have available. When you are called, please clearly state your name and any organization that you are representing. If you are attending virtually, please unmute your microphone and turn on your video. The first person signed up is, and again, I just want to Remember, you are limited to 3 minutes, is Jasmine Chin from Happy Lemon. Jasmine?
Good morning, Chair Ishii and members of the HCDA board. My name is Jasmine Chin, and I'm the owner of Happy Lemon Snack and Beverage Shop at Ward Village. As a small business owner in Kaka'ako, I'm here this morning to support the proposed Ward Village Blocks D and E residential projects and the creation of the new Diamond Head Plaza Park. Ward Village continues to include small business entrepreneurs in their planning and considerations in supporting new concepts that our community enjoys. Block D and Block E are mixed-use residential projects that provide more opportunities for new residents to patronize stores like mine and grow our customers. In closing, thank you for your consideration and efforts in supporting the Kaka'ako community by approving a new community park and more housing. Thank you.
Thank you. The next person signed up, and again, I do want to remind you, please unmute your microphone and turn on your video when you give your testimony, is Chris Fong, who is a resident. Chris?
Hi, good morning, everyone. And good morning, Chair Ishii and members of the HCDA board. My name is Chris Fong, and I'm here this morning to support the proposed Ward Village Blocks D and E residential projects and the creation of the new Diamond Head Plaza Park. I'm a Kaka'ako resident myself, and I'm super appreciative for the live, work, play experience that Ward Village has created with the parks, the retail, and the peers, my peers that have actually come to the area to live. I live in the area. I routinely cruise through. I bike. I walk all over Kaka'ako. And I really do think Ward Village has provided one of the better kind of pedestrian streetscape, restaurant, retail, live, work, play experiences. And so I'm super excited for what this project will do to kind of further that Ward Village experience. So, I really believe our community benefits from the economic impacts that these projects create, and of course, the additional housing supply, and then new small business opportunities. And so with that said, I just want to reiterate my strong support and thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. The next speaker is Kelfer Chang, Majestic Culture and the Arts Association. Mr. Chang.
Hi, good morning, Chair Ishii and members of the HCDA board. My name is Kelfei Chang, and I'm actually going to be speaking on several different organizations in support for Block D and Block E for Ward Village regarding the PDP application KAK 23-037 and KAK 23-038. So the first part is I'm the president for Majestic Culture and Arts Association. We're a Chinese lion dance and cultural organization. We support this Ward Village's requests in regards to community events and activities that we participate in. Our lion dance group also practices and is based within the Kaka'ako area. And so we truly do appreciate the opportunities that we can participate in the Kaka'ako district. The second reason that I'm also speaking is that I am a personal unit owner in formerly a reserve housing unit, in this case 1133 Oimanu Street. Even though it is not built and developed by Ward Village or Howard Hughes, I am in support because my first unit that I owned as a person that I purchased was a reserve housing unit, and it was at 1133 Oimanu Street. So I personally benefited from housing within the area. The third part is my family also owns a property that's in Kaka'ako, and it is a commercial property. And so our office is also based here in Kaka'ako. So we truly, as an individual, can truly understand the value of live, work, and play within the Kaka'ako district. And the Ward Village area has been beneficial to us as a form of where we can come and eat, enjoy, meet people, as well as to conduct business. And then the last part, of course, our real estate office is based here in Kaka'ako area. And so I'm part of the Kaka'ako Improvement Association. So I'm speaking on several different levels, personally, professionally, community-wise. So you can see the true value of me speaking in a value of living, working, and playing. So on behalf of myself and the organization that I represent, as well as my family, as well as being a person at 1133 Oimanu, and also I'm coincidentally the although I'm not speaking on behalf of the board of directors for AOAO 1133, I'm also the board president for AOAO 1133. So I truly see the value of the housing in the area. So thank you for your consideration efforts in supporting the Kaka'ako community by approving a new community park and more housing. And I'm available to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chang. The next speaker is Bill Anderson, a Kuala resident. Bill?
Aloha kakakiaka. Good morning, Chairman Ishii and members of the HCDA board. My name is Bill Anderson. I'm testifying as a private individual and a Ward Village resident. I appreciate the opportunity to offer testimony in strong support of the proposed modification request for Block D and E Ward Village residents, which are complemented by the proposed Diamond Head Park Plaza. My wife and I have been residents of Ward Village for the past 10 years, initially as a commercial tenant and now as a resident. I'm here this morning to provide my continued unequivocal support for the vision, the planning, and execution of Ward Village master plan community. I continue to be impressed with the mindful development and sensible master planning that's converting Kaka'ako to an enhanced sense of place and unique community. I personally view this phase of the Ward Village development to be well aligned with HCDA's objectives to establish community plans that create the ideal mix of urban and island living. This has contributed to making Ward Village the premier urban residential community that mine and other families are proud to call home. I truly believe that both the authority and Howard Hughes are to be commended for their commitment and collective efforts that have continued with community partners, which are helping to transform Kaka'ako into the wonderful place that has become as a sustainable and vibrant community. Appreciate the opportunity to testify in support of this application. Mahalo.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
All right, the next speaker is Kepa Fuertes. Kepa, please also state your company or affiliation. Kepa?
Come back.
Okay, we can come back to Kepa. Ain Maetoga? Ain?
Mr. Maitoga.
Hi, aloha, Chair Ishii and members of the board. My name is Pandey Meatonga. I apologize for that little delay there. I'm the community liaison for Hawaii Operating Engineer Stabilization Fund. We're a labor management organization that represents our 300 unionized workers and our 500 general contractors. You have my written testimony of support. Victoria Ward admitted Block D and E, and for the requested modifications. I just wanted to say to thank the board for considering this. As you know, a lot of our members are working on these projects, and this allows them to survive and live here in Hawaii with living wages and jobs that can afford so that they can be here. I just want to thank everyone for going through the process with this project. There's been a lot of great discussions, and we look forward to your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Pandey. All right, Daniel Donnell.
Aloha, Chair Ishii and members of the authority. My name is Dan Donnell, and I'm testifying as an individual today, but as a sense of context, I was a former executive director of HCDA and continue to care and follow the developments in Kaka'ako. Wasn't planning to say anything, but I just wanted to make 3 quick points. First, the modifications that are being requested as part of these development permits are in line with making a better Kaka'ako and better planning. So I'm highly supportive of that. Secondly, in past hearings have been discussions about climate change and specifically Act 221, I believe was what it's passed recently by the legislature. And I just wanted to reiterate what I've said previously, which is in my time at the authority, the staff has certainly considered climate change, and I know that they consider climate change in all kinds of development permits, and that's just smart planning to be future minded. And my third point is really love the park on the corner of Kamakee and Ala Moana. I was just there the other day and going, oh, I can't wait for this and the connections to really activate the placemaking. And in summary, what you have before you is a additive part of making a better Kaka'ako and supportive of the HCDA vision. So thank you for the opportunity to testify. Happy to answer any questions that members may have.
Thank you, Mr. Bill.
Thank you. All right, the next speaker is, let me get back to Kepa Fuentes. Kepa?
But hi, sorry about that. I was having some microphone issues earlier. But yeah, I stand by my previous written statement, and I'm just looking forward to seeing the community grow together. I'm all for development all over the island. So Kaka'ako, of course, being a very I would say key place to my life. I'm glad to see it develop and see the community grow together. So I stand by it fully.
So Kepa, you are testifying in regards to your company or affiliation with this?
Oh, I'm just here for myself, just kind of just here listening in. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You guys have a great day. Aloha.
Next is Kirsten Faulkner.
Good morning. I'm Kirsten Faulkner. I'm Executive Director of Historic Hawaii Foundation, testifying in support of the Block E development, and specifically how it relates to preservation and retention of the historic IBM building. So we sent written testimony that described a 15-year saga and journey from that building being sort of ignored and slated for demolition to where we are today, which is a award-winning rehabilitation project and a key anchor point for the Kaka'ako area. So we're just very pleased to offer our congratulations and thanks to Victoria Ward Village for saving that building, incorporating it into the urban design and plans for the area, and support the retention of that building as part of this overall development plan. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, is there any other public testimony?
I don't see any, Chair.
Anyone else?
Oh,
Jeff?
Masatsugu.
Good morning, Chair Ishii and members of the HCDA. My name is Jeff Masatsugu. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to repeat testimony that we have offered previously in support of both Block D and E. Before going further though, I want to say I represent 4 labor management cooperation funds. That is 4 different construction trades, the finishing trades in Hawaii, the painters, tapers, glazers, and floor layers. We continue to support these 2 projects. We believe that the addition of more housing is something that's always needed, but we also very much look forward to the opportunity for more work for our members. I don't have anything else to add, beyond the previous testimony that we've already offered in support. I just wanted to sort of re-offer that support today. Thank you.
Thank you. Or is there anyone else present who wishes to testify on this item? If not, we will now continue with deliberations and decision making. Members, please indicate yes or no to signify that you are prepared to deliberate after the presentation modification public hearings held on July 20 and August 2nd, 2023. Let the record reflect the following Kaka'ako members are prepared to deliberate on both development permit number KK 23037, Block D, and KK 23-038, Block E. Vice Chair Higa,
Ready.
Member Miranda Johnson,
Ready.
Member Anderson,
Yes, I'm ready.
Member Evans,
Ready?
Member Sakota.
Yes.
Okay, we have, yeah, okay. After reviewing the record, which includes HCDA staff's recommendations, applications, evidence, and arguments, and also having considered public testimony, is there a motion for the authority to adopt the HCDA staff's findings of fact, conclusions of law, and decision and order for the development permit KAK 23-037 for the Block D project? Do I have a motion?
Member Higa so moves.
Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Member Evans. Members, is there any further discussion on this motion? If there's no further discussion on motion, I'll ask Ryan to take the roll call.
Chair Ishii,
Yes.
Vice Chair Higa,
Yes.
Member, Secretary Poe is, excused. Member Miranda Johnson,
Yes.
Member Anderson,
Yes.
Member Harai,
Excused.
Member Evans,
Yes.
Member Sakota,
Yes.
Yeah, 6 ayes. The motion passes with 6 ayes, 0 nays, and 2 excused. Okay. After reviewing the record, which includes ACDA's staff's recommendations, applicants' evidence and arguments, and also having considered the public testimony, is there a motion for the authority to adopt the ACDA's staff's findings of fact, conclusions of law, and decision and order for the development permit KAK 23-038 for Block E project? Do I have a motion?
Member Higa so moves.
Do I have a second?
Second.
The motion has been moved and second. Let's take a roll call. Ryan, I'll ask you to take the roll call.
Chair Ishii,
Yes.
okay. Vice Chair Higa,
Yes.
Secretary Poe is excused. Member Miranda Johnson,
Yes.
Member Anderson,
Yes.
Member Harai is excused. Member Evans,
Yes.
and Member Sakota.
Yes.
6 again. Motion passes. Motion passes with 6 ayes, 0 nays, and 2 excused. Yeah. Does the applicant's counsel want to stipulate to the approved findings of fact, conclusions of law, and decision in order, or would you like to reserve the right to file exceptions on or before Wednesday, October 11, 2023?
Thank you, Chair Ishii. Victoria Ward intends to stipulate to the approved findings of fact, conclusions of law, and decisions and orders for both Block D and E, and will file the appropriate documentation with the HCDA staff.
Thank you. So on behalf of the HCDA authority members and its staff, I would like to thank you for your attendance. The public hearing is now closed and the time is 9:45. Thank you.
We're gonna take a short break till
Yeah.
till 10 o'clock.